Hello, everyone. I'm Carol McCoskey. I'm the city attorney for Falls Church. Our office provides primarily internal services within the city. We advise all departments in the city, sometimes boards and commissions, sometimes authorities, and on occasion even the school board. We assist their own legal policy officer with any questions and with working together on certain matters that involve both entities. Our work this past year has been greatly focused on COVID, as well as the West End City project. That project involves a very complex land transaction, as well as the creation of the Community Development Authority and the preparation for that authority to issue bonds. The bonds would assist the developer with financing some of the public infrastructure to be paid for by the property owners, so that the property owners can pay the upfront costs of that infrastructure. Those are not the only things we've dealt with. There are other major development projects that have their own legal issues, as well as an ongoing workload of reviewing of contracts that the city wants to enter into, ordinances, and their amendments. Our budget consists of two parts, and it's small, but the first part is the Judicial Services contract with Arlington. This provides for criminal prosecution by the Commonwealth's attorney. It provides for some of the court clerk services that we get, as well as some of the part of the costs of the judges. That budget increased 5.2% from last year, and that increase does not really affect our operating office budget. The operating office budget, which is what we have to deal with each year, is a total proposed budget of $449,000, which is 5% over last year's budget at $428,000. That increase is paying only for increases in salary and benefits for the two employees, myself and my paralegal. The total amount of the proposed budget this year that is dedicated to salaries and benefits is $360,000. So that's 360 of the 449,000 that is not within our control. So other than that money, we have certain money for contract services, such as the electronic legal research services that enable us to do our work. And then as well, we have the outside attorney and professional and non-professional services to assist with our work. So what happens is the contract costs have increased to some degree, as they are doing over the years. And as a result, our money for professional services has decreased a little bit in order to accommodate that, as we have been required to keep our budgets flat as we have for the past several years. For the last fiscal year, City Council approved a budget amendment that essentially doubled the amount of money I had to use for outside professional services, primarily outside counsel on various items, just because of the greatly increasing workload we have. That amount has not been carried over into the coming year's budget, and so we will be going back to the standard amount, which is about $72,000 for those of budgeted funds to be used for outside counsel services. Therefore, our unmet needs remain being an increase in the amount of funds available on an ongoing basis for outside counsel services. That becomes important because we often have to bring somebody in quickly to advise on something that pops up, and there's not time to go through a big budget amendment process to get there. Alternatively, we are seeking to have an assistant attorney who can help on an ongoing basis and enable us to provide better and more complete services from within the office. So those are our unmet needs that we've been carrying along for several years. And I think it's been a good year, but it's been a very busy year, and it's challenging to try to take on some of these huge projects with the money we have. Thank you for listening, and I'm happy to answer questions.